Broadway, that they would be their quickest route up. Would probably
still
be,
would be a long haul, as you said.
It's still,
Yeah.
we're talking, yeah, at least 3 or 4 or maybe more miles at that point. But we're on the corner right now of Broadway and Van Ness. They will continue, if they continue on this route, they're basically going to go up just alongside, they're going to continue to cross, and they're going to basically be on the outskirts of the Marina District, which would be, you know, when they get further down. And then they would be down by Maritime Plaza, an aquatic park down there, and they could very well come back up the Embarcadero. I need to look at a map, actually, to figure out exactly what would be the most direct route to get to Justin Herman Plaza.
Right. It could end up with all these changes in the route itself that they just make, you know, the protesters, or a majority of them, make a mad rush to Justin Herman Plaza to get there in time to somehow make up for lost time. And we're looking at the ground cam, once again, our ground torch cam. Some of the runners waiting for their torch to be lit. So there's a little cease in activity at this point. But as you can see, traffic on the other side of Van Ness, it's not moving. Unexpected for a lot of these drivers. Didn't expect the torch run to come down this route. Of course, we knew that the original plan was to go down the Embarcadero to the Marina, back up Bay, and then back to Embarcadero, and then end up at Justin Herman Plaza. But as you can see by our live shots, that is not happening. That Van Ness is the route at this point.
And obviously now, Lisa, what a difference we've seen from when the first 2 runners first came out of the van, how many people were there, and now in terms of how many people are lining the route along Van Ness. People, more onlookers. You can see a woman in a white shirt with her camera really catching this.
You don't see the Chinese flags or the Tibetan flags. You see basically American flags waving at this point.
The runners again moving down toward and past Broadway. Right now they're at the exact corner of Broadway and Van Ness.
Once
Not
it reaches,
very far from Chinatown, actually. If they were to go down Broadway and head toward the Embarcadero, then they would walk right through Chinatown, which was one of the first things that the city said that they were not going to be running through Chinatown.
Because it's just too congested and crowded there.
Streets too tight.
Right.
Officer Lum, can we bring you back in for a moment?
Sure.
Early on, it was decided that they weren't going to run through Chinatown just because it was too congested. Talk to us about the difficulties of being in those tight spots when you're trying to work crowd control.
Well, obviously, you know, with all the huge vehicles that they have, it will be very, very difficult to maneuver through Chinatown. Along with the fact that you know, if you choose Chinatown as a destination, imagine the crowd that would be generated. It would be almost impossible to get through.
NBC 11's Christian Cafton is at Justin Herman Plaza right now, where this whole thing will end up. Christian, what is happening there?
We can tell you there is still definitely a party atmosphere here. We have lots and lots of musical acts that are still playing. Willie Brown was here just a few minutes ago. We told you he was just about 30 yards away from us. He's now been moved backstage, behind scenes, and out of sight of everyone here. So it seems that they really brought him in under, again, heavy security and under some level of secrecy, because they did kind of bring him in. It was very quiet. They made very little fanfare. They brought him in, and now he's behind scenes. I think most people here, again, not aware that there's been a change of plans and not even aware that Willie Brown is here. We will continue to keep an eye on things on the ground here at Justin Herman Plaza, but we are now getting ready for the torch to arrive as soon as it does, whenever. It seems like it's going to be pretty imminent.
Yeah, we're looking at it right now, Christian. It's still on Van Ness. I think it's another handoff once again, so there's now it's moving just so slowly.
So it'll be going up. It'll be going up in the direction of Green, then Union, Filbert, Greenwich. If it continues down that same path.
A lot of people taking pictures. Once again, you can see the crowd on the side street there from the sidewalk. Once again, if you're out there, know someone's out there taking a picture with your cell phone, some video, please send it in to us at NBC11.com, NBC11@Beaker.com. We'd love to show those on the air for your perspective as well.
The big question here is if they continue on this road going down Van Ness, which they would, if they continue this way, past Lombard, possibly go up Bay or in that way, and then head up north North Point or Bay. My question is that they could end up in the Embarcadero, but how would they end up at Justin Herman Plaza, which is at the other end of the Embarcadero, closer to the financial district? That's just what at this point appears very, very unclear, unless they put him back on a motorcade again.
From the very start, this has been a very fluid situation. So, and as Rogge told us, there were 15 different plans that he knew of. So your guess is as good as ours right now. And once again, it's being handed off to another set of runners, disabled runner there in a wheelchair, along with another woman.
Unless they went up the, did the route, which wouldn't make sense because it'd be more than 6 miles at that point. If they came back up the Embarcadero, they could go reverse, but they are maybe avoiding the Embarcadero, although they could make it up Columbus and run through North Beach instead and end up very close to Justin Herman Plaza.
Cheryl Hurd from NBC 11 is on the phone with us right now. Cheryl, what do you know about this whole thing?
Well, no. Okay, I'm just hearing myself and I'm hearing an echo. Hold on one second.
Okay.
Well, I do know that right here at McCovey Cove they are breaking down, but with me is David Perry. He is one of the torch organizers, and he can help us out with some of the information, what he knows right now. So, David, can you tell us exactly what's going on? We're looking at videotape as we speak from Chopper 11, but can you tell us what you know so far?
What I know so far, obviously, is that, as Mayor Newsom said within the last 24, 48 hours, changes to the route could be made and might indeed be made right up until the start of the torch relay, and that's what we've seen. It doesn't surprise any of us who have worked intimately on this project to see that the route has been changed due to security concerns, and that's always been the case.
Talked to a number of people here today, and they're very disappointed. You had a large police presence here, but yet and still the torch did not even run half a block. What do you have to say to those folks out there?
I have to that disappointment should be really expressed towards those that may have made them fearful of running with the torch, or fearful of an environment that was created by people's violent expressions of protest in other cities. San Francisco has worked very hard to maintain the safety and security not only of those who are carrying the torch, but of those people who might be expressing their protest with it. So the disappointment is understandable, but I think it would be a greater disappointment if for some reason having the electric torch in our city resulted in violence or damage.
Well, we do see some success right now, although we do see some people carrying the torch. We have no idea who it is. We don't even know where it is. But you were even surprised earlier today that the torch hit the ground, because you thought maybe it might just be in the vans.
We have all been working under the notion that it could happen at any time. When we saw what happened on the Golden Gate Bridge, it surprised us. When we saw what happened on the streets of London, it surprised us. When we saw what happened on the streets of Paris, it saddened us. And so it does not surprise me at all that right up until the moment of the beginning of the torch relay, things were changed based on information the SFPD was getting, and ultimately, of course, these decisions are made for the safety of those carrying the torch and other citizens.
And we see that the torch is changing hands right now, and they are doing what they set out to do.